It is indeed Tigs tonight, and welcome. I hope everyone is doing well, having a great hump day. It's been a busy one for Tigs Bits, that's for dang sure. I tell you, we've been booking some guests, reaching out to more tomorrow. February's filling up quick, which is awesome. So that means a lot of fun things are coming up. I've also been doing a little digging into our show numbers, and holy cow, guys, I'm blown away. And I mean, it's all thanks to you, all of you guys that are watching this, you're listening to this, those of you that are here right now, those of you that'll be watching this later, listening to it later, whatever, wherever, you guys support us. And man, do the numbers show that. And it's kind of was a good little reminder, a good exercise to see, yes, sir, this is working. This is working. And we're starting to get some traction. So it's been a lot of fun just in the last month across all of our platforms. We've had over 250,000 views, which we've had more than that, but that's just this month, which is a good, that's a good indicator. We've been averaging that. That's been steadily going up, which is awesome. We've had people that are rocking our merch now, which is insane to me. Shout out to Amber. She made a video, and she's been making videos with the Tigs Bits hats and wearing the Tigs Bits hats, her favorite hat. She loves it. That's crazy to see people making videos out there. My friend Kelly supporting us, rocking it. Just crazy, man. Just crazy the amount of love, support, and all of that we have going on out there. And then, if you wouldn't believe what else we've got, and this is to play into what JR said last night, all of that really kind of to be said that whenever he said last night, Charlie Daniels said that he didn't play, he wasn't out there to play to the empty seats. He played to the people that filled them. And that's exactly what we do here at Tigs Bits and Tigs Tonight. And with that introduction, welcome, JR,
Hey,
the handler. What's up, bro? Where are you coming to us from?
buddy. I'm actually in a room in our house.
Okay.
I was about to look something up on YouTube and remembered what time it was and said, "Whoop, don't have time to make it to the studio, so I will just see if I can make it work from the back of the house." Can you hear me okay?
You sound just fine. You sound just
Beautiful.
fine.
Beautiful.
That's what I'm talking about. Perfect. Perfect, man. Shout out. Got to give some shout outs to everybody in here. Paul Rogers. We can always count on Paul.
My
What is
brother.
going on, brother? Brian Gilson is in the house. What is up, dude? What is up? There he goes. There he goes. Oh, T. Wayne Foster back again, man. Love it. Love it. Big Buck. Big Buck is in the house. What's up, Big Buck? Brian says, I told you, Tigs, y'all have a great show. Well, thank you, man. Appreciate it so much. We have fun with it, that's for sure. And there's Mike. What is up, Mike? Shout out to Mike and Amber, but mainly Amber. It's mainly Amber, Mike. Sorry, I've got to give her the credit. Nice little $25 donation earlier today to our Venmo. And also have to shout out John Costeco for his 50 last night. 50 the few days back, Blasey told me earlier. He sent 50 more than once. Unbelievable.
Thank you, brother.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. And look, I mean, if y'all want to send it, we don't talk about this enough, but if y'all want to send some love to us, feel free. Our Venmo is at Tigs Bits, or you can search Tigs Bits Show LLC. We won't see it immediately, but I promise you we will give you guys a shout out as that comes through. I need to put, maybe tomorrow night, I'll have enough time. We do have a few voicemails that we've received, just 2 or 3 that are pretty
Nice.
funny. And I got a text today from a guy who loves the show as well and wants us to do more for the Bubba show, wants us to do more cooking stuff. Like,
Oh,
well, okay.
no problem with that.
Ask it, you shall receive, sir. No
No doubt.
problem.
Hey, and that reminds me, I need to I need to next time. When I'm back in my studio next time we do this, I need to do. I still haven't done the unveiling and talk about the new round of seasonings I got a few weeks ago.
Yes, 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 we
So I need to
do.
break that out. Yeah, and I actually I'm going to eat when we're done with this because I actually made two pork chops tonight on the Traeger, and I did some cauliflower chopped up in a foil packet on the Traeger, and some green beans
Mm.
on the oven on the stove, and I used hefe on the pork chops, and I used brush dust on the cauliflower with a little olive oil. And I saw our brother JD has got his seasonings rearranged now. I saw he announced some
He does.
names and
He
all that good
does.
stuff. So I know we'll have to get him on soon and talk about that. But yeah,
Yep.
cooking and eating, we got no problem with that for sure.
None, none at all. In fact, I think everybody's going to love it. Blasey and I talked about his new seasonings because just before we recorded our Bubba show, I saw that Facebook post. I went, oh, well, we got to talk about this
Oh
because
yeah.
we've kind of been waiting on it.
Yeah.
He was on, and then I know he's gotten busy. He's been doing stuff, but so that's really good. I forgot. I saw somewhere his wife. He had a seasoning before the whole Breggy Bomb thing that was called Pantry Dropper.
Mm.
I mean, just I love the name.
That
His
yeah,
wife,
that could be the official seasoning of the Tigs Bits
I,
operation, play
I
on
think
word deal.
I think that's it, or the bra dropper. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I love it.
I think we're thinking right exactly. But
Yeah,
yeah, so his wife apparently I saw on their Facebook not a fan of that name and never was, but it's a perfect name.
perfect,
It's a
perfect.
perfect name for dudes anyhow, man. So
Yeah,
yeah, we
one
definitely
I
got to get
thought
him back
about the
on.
other day about names. I thought they ought to bring back is the kind of jam band names, the dead names. You need all that the whole hippie trippy type thing is coming back around. So by the time we get a seasoning or some some something to go with that. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly. So
What a long. I was thinking Austin should make one. What a long strange dip it's been,
oh,
and do some kind of
dude.
mushrooms or something in it or something crazy. I was just thinking about random stuff.
No, I think that's brilliant. I'm going to have he's coming on tomorrow.
Nice.
I don't know if he's coming on the live show. He may be. I'm not sure still. He's at the LSU and Auburn are playing as we speak. It was like a 10 12 point ball game
Oh shit.
11 minutes ago. But, I mean, hey,
LSU played Bama tough the other day too. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
y'all are ranked crap, don't have a great record, but SEC's
No, they're
just
terrible.
loaded. SEC,
The
well,
record
not
wise.
really. SEC's
No, they're
just
not
loaded.
terrible. Just
Yeah,
and once again tonight turnovers and all that's why they're in the position they're in. But Auburn's number one for a reason.
yep.
But he's
And
coming on tomorrow. We're going to record a TV show.
oh,
Just don't know
sweet.
what time. Just a lot of the stuff that we've talked about. But whenever we've had him on, we've gone for like an hour, hour and a half. And I told him I was like, we're going to go through a lot, probably some of the same things that we've done and that we've talked about, but it's going to be a TV show. We'll take a commercial break,
Yeah,
do our,
right, right.
do our deal. So it'll be fun. Terry says that he's all in for the droppers. Yeah, well, hey, be on the lookout. We're not going to put the cart in front of the horse just yet, but you never know. Maybe one day we do have a seasoning, JR.
Yeah. We're
It'd be
going to
fun. But
100%.
until
Somebody's like we're getting the season. It's happening. I can't wait. We're
I feel
we'll
pretty good about
we'll
it.
take every dime anyone ever gives us and put it into R&D and make sure we have the best seasoning that fits our personality. Now, somebody of all these people who make seasoning stuff, somebody will make this happen. It might not be
Oh
this
yeah.
year, but at some point there'll be a Tig's bit seasoning.
I have no
I can
doubt.
see it. I can see it.
I really have no doubt. Big E, what is
What
going
up,
on,
Big E?
brother? What is happening, Big E? Well, as we know, this show we kind of talk about some rapid fire things or some of the top stuff that's out there. Try to get not into political, but find some of this stuff interesting. And usually, I mean, this time the last month, politics kind of leads everything on
Mm-hmm.
everything that's trending. This was interesting, though. Quick thoughts on this. Trump says that the U.S. will hold migrants at Guantanamo Bay. So he suggested that 30,000 migrants could be housed on the base. So I can clear how the plan will take shape, and that's about all that I know.
It sounds like a disaster waiting to happen for
Yeah, it's
everybody,
just it
for
does, doesn't it?
humanitarian and for just overall. I don't, it just seems tough. I don't know. There's no easy solution to any of this stuff. We're all in a pickle. I wish our whole world would heal up and not be so cruel. But I don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be interesting, that's for sure.
For sure, no doubt.
I'm,
Yeah, I mean
I'm
that's
all about cleaning up crime on the streets for sure. But you got to give some love to your fellow humans too. So it's a trick. It's a tricky thing there.
very tricky. And I just the last time we used that place, not too good of a
Not
track
good at
record.
all. Yeah.
So, hopefully
And
lessons learned and won't be as
uh,
bad.
I don't know.
I don't know. I
As
don't know.
much
That's
as
a
I
tough,
usually love this administration's policies, I don't know about oversight on things like that. It just seems tough.
very tough, very tough. So, we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. But obviously, that's that's probably that was the top trending thing. It's really rocking and rolling up there. No easy solution. That's exactly right. And it'll be tough.
Yep.
Speaking of still just staying on politics briefly, uh, I found this to be some typical political pandering in the great state of Louisiana today. I think T. Wayne Foster will agree. 17 members of the Louisiana state legislature are threatening to pull funding for the Superdome if the Super Bowl halftime show is not family friendly. Like, number one, the Superdome has nothing to do with the act that is there. That's, I guess, the responsibility of the NFL, but it's not the building. And of all the lewd things that have happened inside the Superdome, and I'm not talking about anything with Katrina, I'm talking about concerts, just insane
Mardi Gras
things,
parties.
Mardi
I
Gras
mean,
parties, all of that, the debauchery and the insanity that's going on in
oh
that
my
building, and you
God.
gonna pull funding for that? Like, okay, get a grip, dude.
Uh, Again, don't we have something better to do? I mean, that just seems like a lot of effort and concentrated thought on something that's really not. We got bigger fish to fry.
Pandering,
Panda.
100%.
Yeah.
I can tell you, I don't know what districts this came from or where it's at in Louisiana, but I have a sneaking suspicion that I know without even looking, and that it's 100% a play to be able to talk to the constituents that look what we did to New Orleans. We said we're not going to put any more money in the Superdome. It's been gazillions of dollars already put in it. What's another 10 million at this point, or whatever? What's another 100 million at this point? I think the Superdome has more than made its money back
You
for the
have to.
state.
I'll tell you this though, and just a outside observation, and being as my wife's from there, and I love Louisiana, and I definitely love New Orleans. We got to do something in New Orleans. We definitely don't need to stop the funding to the Superdome. We got to get New Orleans back on track. Las Vegas is whooping our butt. If we don't get our act together, we won't have any big events anymore. You know, it's New Orleans was this cultural center forever, man. It had the
Yeah.
vibe because of the regionality and the certain the type of culture that was there was nowhere else in our country. Um, but Vegas has just, in Nashville too, but they have just become these entertainment meccas with new stuff, and people don't seem to tend to care as much about the historic and the cool old vibe as they do the modern stuff right now. So whatever we got to do, we got to get New Orleans back on track because we don't want to lose these
Yeah.
big footballs and big events and all the big things that come to town because that's economics. That's what drives it down there.
That's right.
I mean, the port and some of that stuff, obviously, but yeah, New Orleans is the mecca. That's one of the places you go in America to party, and Vegas was too. But Vegas has dumped a lot of money, and it has quadrupled in size in the last couple of decades. And we have stagnant after Katrina. And I know it's tough, but we got to do what we got to do, whatever it
Yeah.
takes. Give more movie credits, get some money coming in that way. You don't need to take hardworking people that ain't got it, obviously, but we got to do something because the people who travel and spend the money there is, and we just got to keep New Orleans alive, man.
We
There's no
do.
doubt about it.
Jeff Landry has vowed to clean it up, and from honestly what I can tell, he beyond. I mean, the New Year's Eve things totally that's out of the state's control. That's just one of those things. But from what I can tell, they're moving in a better direction. It is at
Definitely.
least, it's kind of like it hit the tipping point, and at least it's going back the
Yeah,
other way. So
right.
it's going to take time,
Yeah, when
but
I was
they're
there Thanksgiving, I felt it was better. Even we were over in like the Maroney, and I was like, or the Treme, and I was like, it was fine. It just
mhm.
felt cool. Wasn't that bad. I didn't spend a lot of time, but um, I just know that things like that, the got to keep the big stuff coming and keep it up. Need new, exciting, nice, clean, new, not new stuff, but we just need to take care and showcase what we've got.
Yeah,
To the
no doubt.
younger TikTok generation that, like I said, I don't know. Everybody's allured by these lights and the flash and the big, which is great, but I mean, that's the Paris of America, with the romanticism in New Orleans. We can't lose that for the new stuff. I know everybody wants to go to Vegas and Nashville, but San Francisco, it's a dump in a lot of spots, but it's still got that vibe.
Right.
You got you go to Boston, you got people that talk that way. Nobody talks like people in New Orleans.
No.
You got your South Florida vibes. So you got your vibe still around some places, but it's watered down to where if you get off any interstate exit in America, there's the same 12 restaurants and shopping places.
Yeah,
So if we don't keep some of these regional cultural, significance going, it'll be lost forever, and everything's just gonna be so vanilla. Got to have some flavor.
got to have flavor, especially in this state, and that's very, very well said, JR. That's
It
very
is
well
what it
said.
is. Well,
Yep.
Huey P. Long screwing us in that deal, never making sure we didn't get any of the money out of the oil ever drilled out of our state. That we got to do something. We put ourselves in a hole to start with. Louisiana should have the cheapest gas in America, and you know what I mean, and have
And the
plenty of
best
money.
roads,
Yeah, best roads, best schools should have plenty of money for all the oil
like
and stuff.
Texas.
Exactly. And
There's
most other
zero
and everybody.
reason,
Yeah, it's crazy.
but we just can't get out of our own damn way sometimes, and that's just Louisiana.
Yeah.
I mean, that explains Louisiana.
There's hope for
But
the
we sure
future,
have
though.
fun.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the Rileys of the world, and then on that, the younger versions.
We need them.
We just got to get it on. It won't happen in a day. Rome wasn't built in a day, thing.
That's
But
right.
we'll get it straightened out. It was people. We have short term memory here. Humans do, because we think this time we're around, but man, there's been people chopping wood in this earth a long time.
Long time before
It
us,
comes and it goes.
That's right, and a long time after we're gone too. They
Yeah.
just keep on coming. Amber says, "Hey Tiggs, about to go to work and try to keep listening. Thanks for the shout out, Amber. You are welcome. Thank you for the support. Love it." Brian asks, "Is Jeff kin to Troy Landry?" Possibly, because all Landrys are probably kin to each other at some point down the line. There are a ton of Landrys in the state of Louisiana. I mean, a ton, just
Oh
tons
yeah.
of them.
Oh yeah.
So probably, just
And
like there
somehow.
are cooks, just like there are Cook Bob, but there's only one Bob Cook.
That's
There's
right.
only one Bob Cook.
I
What is going on,
saw
brother?
Troy Landry and one of his sons coming through an airport somewhere one time, and they had the biggest duffel bag stuff. They was lugging it. They was about to whoop them too. It was all they could do to get them duffel bags. They had big old duffel bags. They were just normal
It's probably had
blue jeans, t-shirts.
He probably had alligator heads and stuff in
Oh
it. There's
yeah,
no telling, taking
but
it
them.
on the road to some deal.
Yeah, but Troy's burly. Got them big burly hands. He's a real working man. They were.
Oh yeah,
They were working those big duffel bags.
it ain't a gimmick. I mean,
No, no.
they've made money doing it.
Oh yeah.
You can still follow them on social media. I don't think they do the show anymore. I don't know. I love that show though, Swamp People.
Yeah, it was
It
great.
was great.
Great. Yep.
I've never killed an alligator. I've never gone and done that. You ever done it?
Been out there, but I've never killed one. Yeah, I need to.
My
I want
dad
to.
did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's in Riley's room. Big old
Nice.
alligator head. He had a big hole
Yeah,
in
I
it.
want to. I want to go to one of those farms where you can take one, and then and you can take it and get boots made and get your and then you take the meat
Heck
and
yeah.
you use every part of the animal. You eat it and then you use the skins and all that.
For sure. Stacy G, everybody loves Tiggs Bits.
Absolutely.
Everybody does love Tiggs Bits. We got to get that shirt made, JR.
Yeah, we need to. We got a lot of stuff to do, Tiggs. But
We do.
Like one of our biggest fans said, all we do is talk about things we're going to do, and we don't do it. So.
And we don't do it. Yeah.
We don't do
We
it.
got a lot to do.
but we put out a lot
We're
of
doing
content.
it though this year.
We do
Damn it.
we do a lot of podcasts. We got some. We're not going. That's the new thing. We're not going to tell anybody what we're going to do. We're just going to do
That's it.
things. So get ready.
That's perfect. I think that's exactly what we should do.
Yeah.
Under promise and over deliver. That's what we've got to do. That's what we are going to do. And 2 out of 3 have made that executive decision in front of this board of 25 or 30 people or so. So there you go.
There you go.
Bam, I hit the gavel. We're still on politics. It is confirmed.
What I didn't watch any news. I hadn't watched any news since we talked last night. So what else is going on? Any new headlines? Anything
There
outrageous
is.
happening?
I saw a new headline today. Yes, every cook has to be related to the fluorine cooks. That's kind of why I get it. There's just a ton of cooks there. Rusty, what is going on, man? I always seem to miss you when you come in. What is happening, brother? And of course, Stacy G. Again, good to see you. Yes, I found something this morning when I was running down just looking at stuff. There is a Gulf Coast shrimp fraud scandal out there right now, JR. I don't know if you've heard
Interesting.
anything about this. Very interesting. So, a shocking new study found that many Gulf Coast restaurants are misleading customers, claiming to serve fresh Gulf shrimp while actually dishing out imported farm-raised shrimp from places like India, Vietnam, and Ecuador. And here are some of the worst of it. Coming in, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, has 30% of the places that they went around and checked as doing this. Galveston, 59%, which is crazy, almost 60%. Biloxi, no excuse for this. Biloxi, 82%.
Wow.
Yeah. And the worst, and I'm kind of surprised by this, but the worst, our friends in Tampa and St. Petersburg, Bubba and them, 96% fraud rate.
Wow.
They're not actually, so consumers are being deceived. People are going to these places and expecting fresh Gulf shrimp, locally caught seafood, but they're
I look
getting
for that. I look for that, and I think if you write it, you have to provide it. If or you would just say shrimp. You have to put Gulf shrimp in there. And I know I live near where we have several of the fisheries where they bring the shrimp in. Up in Bon Secour, Alabama, and we go get shrimp from there, right, off the boat to the little shack by the boat kind of deal. Not shack, but the processing
yes. Oh,
right by
yeah.
the boat, and I follow them on social media, and I know they post regularly or quarterly at least about don't be fooled. Here's what because they're Aquila Seafood in Bon Secour, Alabama is the only place that gets Royal Reds on the Gulf Coast. Royal Reds will never come to you fresh. They're always going to be frozen because they're frozen on the boat when they catch them, because you have to catch them out so far they won't make it back. They look eerily similar to several of these red Asian shrimp. So they'll go on there and show you the difference and say another one busted, and they'll post the place that was trying to sell the bunk Royal Reds, and then they'll say that about other shrimp as well. And it always made me think, if the few they ever get caught, how many are doing it? So obviously a bunch. But there's got to be a regulatory on that, because I'll even ask.
Well, there's a little bit. There's a push for change. Louisiana and Alabama passed new laws requiring restaurants to disclose if their shrimp is imported and list the country of origin. And because there's new testing that they're able to do, and there's a bunch of advocacy groups that are pushing for more states to follow suit, because a new genetic test developed by Florida State can now detect shrimp species in just 2 hours, making fraud a lot easier to detect. So
beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, who would ever know? I had no idea.
That's the kind of job I need. Go check and see if everybody's selling the right shrimp. When I find some good ones, eat them.
Yeah, Paul says that Bubba discussed this today. Okay, awesome.
Oh, really?
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, at a 96% miss rate, that would piss me off if I lived in Tampa. Like, that means at least 7 out of 10 times here in Baton Rouge, and I can guarantee you, I know the places that don't. I can tell the difference. You could just tell the difference.
Right.
Just tell the difference. They're not as, somehow or another, the foreign ones seem to get rubbery probably because they've been frozen. Where you can tell when they're fresh, they don't get that way. So
Right. Wow.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
sad. Yeah, and
isn't
we
that
need it.
crazy?
That goes back to the economic thing in Louisiana. Well, we drove all the fishermen out because of petroleum and then this and that. Well, we got to have people doing things here that we used to do. We got to be able to fish off our waters. We got to be able to catch shrimp and lobster off our waters, um, and provide.
Yeah, that's for sure. Stacy says, does it show Fort Myers? It didn't in that article, but I guarantee you, it's anywhere. It's anywhere that
Yeah.
that's anywhere in America.
Yeah.
Northeast, they say
Well,
that
that's what
they're
I'm saying.
serving.
I live
It's
right here.
anywhere.
I live right here where they bring them in, and there's places around here that get busted.
Yeah, that's insane. Like
Right here,
literally. But
right
there's
there.
nothing better in Louisiana if you know the right people. You know where to go. And we used to do it in Florida whenever I lived there with Blasey too. Old boat would pull up right on the side of the road right there on 331. You could just take your cooler, and they were
Yep.
still alive. Like
Yep. Absolutely.
there was no denying what had happened with those things. So yeah, I
Wow.
love it. Yeah. Don Rains, what is going on? Don, Gulf of America shrimp are coming. We're sending people back to Ecuador and bringing in shrimp from the Gulf of America.
The Floribama made those shirts and they sold out within like minutes. And there was
Did
a
they
big up.
really?
Yeah, they made them and posted on Facebook or something. It sold out
Oh
instantly.
my God.
And there was a lot of people that made a stink about it, which is surprising down here. But you always wonder how many bots it is.
What, people just got upset? I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
they didn't do it. But that's what Google Maps has had to go in, and it's going to say Gulf of America. Saw a National Weather Service report, and it used to say Gulf of Mexico. It says Gulf of America.
really.
Yes, an official
Wow.
damn weather report that says Gulf of America in it. Unbelievable.
Love it.
He really did it. Now,
Wow.
people theorize that because that happened, now he'll be able to roll back the stuff that Biden did that specifically said to not drill in the Gulf of Mexico.
Right.
I don't think it's that easy.
He's like, we'll just rename it.
We'll just rename it, no problem. Well, then if that is the case, then that's just
Drill,
gonna
drill.
just start a whole new precedent that I don't
Yeah,
think we
right.
want to go down.
No,
You
we'll
know,
call
if it
everything something different. We can't.
Every
you
4
can't do
years,
this.
everything just get renamed. Unbelievable. You
There's
can't
no
make this
gambling.
up.
There's no gambling in Alabama. We'll call it something else. Beautiful,
That's
make a
exactly right.
resort. Plenty of room for a resort.
Oh man. I don't know if you saw this. Here's some news. I don't know if you're familiar with him. I've seen a little bit of his work, not a ton. But comedian Ken Flores, he passed away at age 28, man.
Oh man, way too
Yeah.
young.
He made a rapid ascent over the last 4 years and was very popular. I've seen him on a couple of podcasts. He's funny, no doubt. So terrible news, but that got me to thinking, who are some famous people that died at age 28 like him? And Heath Ledger, he's one. Brandon Lee in The Crow, he was 28. Avicii, the Swedish DJ. James Murray, I don't remember him. He was a silent film actor. And Adam Goldstein, DJ Am, that played with Travis Barker. He died of an accidental overdose. And then ChatGPT, of course, this is who I asked. Not part of the 27 Club. These individuals passed away just a year later, still at a young age. And then, of course, I'm like, well, I'd heard of I couldn't remember if it was 27 Club or the 28 Club.
Yeah, no, it's Forever 27.
Yeah, Forever 27.
Jimi Hendrix. Yeah,
Janis
Kurt
Joplin,
Cobain,
Jim
Joplin,
Morrison, Kurt Cobain, Amy Winehouse,
Forever
Brian
27.
Jones. Yeah,
Crazy.
it's a ton of people.
Yep.
But yeah, so
I had a poster of that when I was in college, but that's kind of always been a leery, and I'm glad I didn't fall prey to that myself. But yeah, sad stuff, man. Too young.
Yeah, it is, man. Yeah, you buy it straight off of the boats. Hogan, you got to get new boats, man. He'll know exactly what I mean with that. I got Port City. Port City talked a lot like RFK Jr. Speaking of folks that with interesting voices, and that is probably besides Guantanamo Bay tonight and today, the RFK Jr. confirmation is definitely up there because there have been some zingers that have come from it, and so that's what happens in those kind of things whenever you have the Senate committee hearings. It's all fluff, man.
Yeah.
It's like I've said before. I grew up in politics and around that, and they're going to go at it and just say outrageous things. It's just to get news clips and to get short clips and all that to push their narrative. And yes or no, yes
You're right.
or no,
Yeah.
sir.
Just to be loud.
Yeah,
So
it
they'll
ain't
get
not
this.
everything is just a yes or no. It's just like you're
Yeah.
not on trial really here. They're just confirming you. It's not life or death here. I'd melt under one of those things though, for sure. I don't
Oh
think I
yeah.
could handle it. But here here's RFK Jr. ripping himself. Thanks to our friends at Whiskey Riff. I know that Paul Rogers is a big fan of Whiskey Riff, and we need to have that
Yes.
guy on,
Yeah.
not
Shout
throwing
out
up
it.
stuff. We need to
Yeah. Shout
have
out
him
to
on
Aaron
too.
Ryan.
Yes, for sure. But check out old RFK. He finds a way to slip him a Zen in during this. it's, an, it's I find that funny. This
That
is
is
what he's
funny.
going, for health and service, all that, and he's going to slip in his Zen. Now that's what they're saying. He probably didn't really slip in his Zen, but I have seen him with Zen.
Yeah.
I don't know if that I'm not pro Zen. I'm not
Hey,
against
everybody's
Zen, but
well, no,
you
but
know
he might have used to been a smoker or a nicotine. Nicotine's tough, man. Whatever you can do you got to, at least he's trying.
that's right.
They used to all sit up there and huff cigs. And they used to tell us cigs was good for us. So
that it was children's television shows were brought to you by Camel.
yeah, right.
Camel kids, get you a Joe Cool. I
Yeah.
remember when I was a kid getting Joe Cool stuff, little figurines
Oh, it
and
was all,
things
yeah.
like that. They were
Oh, yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
It is. It is. RFK Jr. didn't have any better news yesterday. This was something I left out of the show last night, but Caroline Kennedy sent a scathing letter to this committee, the whatever the hell they're called, basically saying that she said, I've known Bobby my whole life. We grew up together. It's no surprise that he keeps birds of prey as pets because he himself is a predator. Damn. I mean,
Wow.
yeah, that's pretty tough. I mean, the Kennedys have always been interesting. That he's definitely goes against the grain of the way most of them have been. And the little bit I saw from today, I didn't get to watch any of these confirmation hearings, but they were definitely drilling him on his vaccine stances, to be expected, abortion, whatever. Just that, just trying
Hmm.
to drill it down.
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows? One of those families like that with all that long history and stuff, it gets complicated for sure.
It does. It definitely does. Well, we're getting close to wrapping this up. We keep it around 30 minutes. The Winston Cup, Big E. That is right.
Absolutely. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
totally.
Just Skull Bandit. Yeah, I've got to.
Yeah. Kenny
I've got
Schrader, I think, ran that car, the old
Yeah, that
33 Skull
it was
Bandit.
the Bandit. Bandit. It was sponsored by Skull Bandit. The whole thing was at one
Yes,
point.
it was.
Yeah, I've got to go get packed anyway. I got a flight tomorrow. I got to head out to Arkansas, then going to Chicago. So
Harry Gant, Camel non-filter, for sure. Couple of things. Let's just end it with a little rapid fire here. A couple of questions, JR, and we'll call it a night. Rainey, what is up? Good to see you, Miss Rainey. I think this is a good one. Would you rather give up bacon forever or never watch football again?
it's kind of like I really could do without either one of them. Be honest with you, but if I had to pick one, I guess I'd go with keeping bacon because boy, it sure does make stuff taste good.
I mean, that's a tough one, dude. That
That's
is
a
a
tough
tough
one.
one. If you asked me that 10 years ago, it would be immediately, well, I'll just have to give up bacon.
Right.
I can still have sausage and I could have
Exactly.
faux bacon, can have turkey bacon. That isn't truly bacon. If we're just
Yeah.
talking straight up pork, okay, it's pork bacon. I could probably give it up. Now,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I just use
And even
entirely
the
too much bacon and stuff that I make. I don't
yeah.
think I could do that.
And trying to lean
It's a
out of that.
blasphemy question.
Right. I'm trying to lean out of that too. I mean, you don't need a. I mean, to get my
It
calcium
is.
scoring.
John Costeca! Thank you, John, for the Venmos. He says, I know I'm late, but can't miss, even if it's just a minute of content. Dude, I appreciate that. We appreciate
Absolutely.
that so, so much. Yeah, all of the. All of these. Yes, I love it. Yeah, it is blasphemy. That's a tough one. One more. One more. Let's see. Ooh, these are going to be good, JR. These are going to be good. I pulled these before the show and I didn't even really look at them. Here's one. Who's the most overrated celebrity right now and why?
Oh
And I'm trying to
man,
think I'm trying to
I was
think
gonna
of
say
one.
I'm not much on celebrity culture and current pop culture. So who's somebody that's big that's not that good? Let me think. Um,
Right
a,
immediately.
a bunch
Rainy
of
Taylor Swift says Rainy.
enough of that. Yeah, I'm just tired. I'm glad when the football season's over. She's about half ruined football for people.
She has. She has. And my daughter is a huge
Oh
Swiftie.
yeah,
And honestly, I have nothing against her
yeah, same.
at
I
all,
ain't no
but
not
I've had enough of her too.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm over.
enough of her. She doesn't she just it's time for her to go. It's football, man. It's football. Yeah, everybody's in agreement. It's Taylor Swift. That was perfect. I
Easy.
agree. I agree. I can't think of anybody else. It's a big, huge star out there right now that's just super basically just getting super annoying. So
Yeah.
I agree with it. I agree with it. Well, gentlemen, ladies, we're going to ease on out of here. JR is going to hit the road, but we will once again be doing this again tomorrow night at 7:30. Maybe solo. Lacey may be in here, may have someone else. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see y'all. It's Tigs United.